welcome you all. How are you? I hope all are good. It's a happiest moment to communicate you after a long time.
In chemistry, in chapter 4, what is the lesson? Yes, transition and inner transition elements.
Have you seen the periodic table chart? Yes. In periodic table chart, we can see the transition elements. The transition elements is between S block elements and P block elements. P block elements. Okay. The S block elements, as we know earlier, the S block elements are called as a metal. P block elements are non-metal. P block elements are non-metal. Here the T block elements, transition elements, also metal. But the metallic character, the left S block elements to P block elements, the left to right, the metallic character of T block element decreases. Okay. From inside the D block elements, the F block elements are taken. That's why the F block elements are called as inner transition elements. For example, the D block elements we can see lanthanum atomic number 57. But 58 to 71 are missed. Okay, where it is? It is in F block elements. 58 to 71 is here, the first row, F block elements. Next, the D block elements, you can see 89 is here, atomic number 89, but 90 to 103 are missed. So where it is? Here. In F block elements, these row are given. Okay. So from the transition elements, they have taken the F block elements. That's why the F block elements are called as the inner transition elements. Okay. Now we see the position of D block elements in periodic table.
Let us discuss some questions. What is transition metal? It is incompletely filled D or F subcell in the neutral or cationic state of the D block elements or F block elements are called transition metal. D block elements are called transition metals. F block elements are called as inner transition metals.
The position of transition elements in periodic table, as I told earlier, it is between S and P block elements, and their properties are transitional between highly reactive metal of S block and P block. P block is non-metals.
Now see, what are the uses of transition metals in periodic table? The mostly used metals, iron and copper, play an important role in the development of human civilization. Point number 2, the titanium is used in the manufacturing artificial joints. The third metal, molybdenum. Industrially, it is used in boiler plants So point number 4, platinum. The metal platinum is mostly used as a catalysis in many reactions. The last point, tungsten, is a familiar one. It is used in light bulb filaments.
In this slide, we can see the fourth row of D block elements. It starts from scandium to zinc, atomic number 21 to 30. Totally 10 elements are present in the fourth period or row, we can say. Now we can call the fourth period elements are 3D series. Why they are calling 3D series? Because the addition of electron entered in the last 3D orbital, followed by alpha principle. Likewise, atomic number 39, yttrium to atomic number 48, cadmium. Which period? Fifth period elements. This also totally 10 elements. We can call 4D series. The addition of electron entered in the last 4D orbital, followed by the alpha principle. Then the sixth period lanthanum, atomic number 57, and just to look the periodic table, 58 to 71 are missed. They are called inner transition elements. Okay, then hafnium is given, 72 to atomic number 80, mercury, belongs to the sixth period. 3D series elements alone. The scandium physical nature will be scandium physical nature, the color titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, the copper, zinc, just for reference. By looking this slide, I hope you practice well to write the electronic configuration. So you should apply Hund's rule, alpha principle. Then you have to complete the electronic configuration. Here, so we have written the scandium to zinc electronic configuration. Just you find it. The D subcell addition of electron increases from scandium to zinc because atomic number increases. Electrons also, one electron is added in the D subcell. So you have to notify that. So one thing, the chromium and copper. The outermost electronic configuration you see 3D5 4s1 for chromium and copper 3D10 4s1. These two are exceptional electronic configuration. So what is the reason behind it? For getting stabilization, for getting stable electronic configuration, one electron of 4s goes to the 3D orbital for getting stable. So we understood the half filled and completely filled are stable. So in the fourth period element, chromium is stable, copper is stable, manganese, zinc is stable, because these are half filled and completely filled electronic configuration.
Look at the first one. The highest oxidation state for manganese equals, it's a group number. So in this picture, the manganese plus 2 oxidation state, what's the color? And plus 6, what's the color? Plus 7, what's the color? So some difference we can find it. That is belongs to the aqueous oxo anion of transition elements. The down one picture is there. The first one, vanadate, vanadium oxidation state plus 5, and potassium dichromate, the chromium oxidation state plus 6, and potassium permanganate, manganese oxidation state plus 7. Here, the different element gives a different color. So now we see the metallic behavior. The question, how melting point of D block elements related with unpaired electrons? Okay. When we write the electronic configuration, some metals show unpaired electrons, some metal show paired electrons. Suppose unpaired electron increases, melting point of the metal also increases. Paired electron increases, melting point will decrease. Okay, next question. What is the anomalous behavior existed in 4D and 5D series of D block elements? 4D and 5D series already explained where it is in the periodic table. Is below the scandium 3D series, scandium to zinc, below the series. Okay, now we see the answer. The unexpected observation in the atomic radius of 5D elements which have nearly same atomic radius as that of corresponding 4D elements. So 4D elements and 5D elements are having equal atomic radius. So what is the reason? Due to lanthanide contraction. Lanthanide contraction means imperfect shielding. Imperfect shielding means poor shielding of electron. So poor shielding, when the atom is having the poor shielding, the proton attraction will be more. That's why the proton attract the outermost electron is maximum. So it gives the nuclear charge increases. Nuclear charge increases means size automatically decreases. That's why the 5D and 4D series of D block elements are having same atomic radius. This is important 3-mark question. Why ionization energy of nickel 2 plus is less than platinum 2 plus ions? Here we can find the ionization energy of nickel. IE1 means first electron is removed the energy value 737. Another electron, when we remove in nickel, 1753 kilojoule per mole is required. Totally 2490 kilojoule per mole is required. That is ionization energy for forming nickel 2 plus. In platinum, when we remove the two electron IE1 and IE2, total energy 2655 kilojoule per mole. Actually, in the periodic table, top to bottom, ionization energy should be decreases. Left to right increases, top to bottom decreases. Here nickel is top, platinum is down, but it is exceptional because platinum is greater than the nickel. Okay, since the energy required to form nickel 2 plus is less than that of a platinum 2 plus according to the value, so nickel 2 plus compounds are thermodynamically more stable than platinum 2 compounds. Now we'll see what are the oxidation of the D block elements in 3D series. 3D series nothing but fourth period element. What and all we have known? Scandium to zinc. Here scandium has plus 3 oxidation state. Titanium have 3 oxidation state. Plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 are possible. Vanadium plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5 are possible. Chromium plus 2, 2, plus 6. Likewise manganese plus 2, 2, plus 7. Lowest oxidation state plus 2, highest oxidation state plus 7. The iron plus 5 is not possible. Plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 6 are possible. Cobalt plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 are possible. The nickel plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 possible. Copper plus 1, plus 2. The copper lowest oxidation state plus 1 we can say cuprous. Highest oxidation state cupric. Whenever we use the compound, the metal has the lowest oxidation state as OUS you should use in the suffix, and the highest oxidation state ic. Cupric means highest oxidation state, cuprous lowest oxidation state. Okay, the oxidation state, as we have known earlier, the oxidation state how it's formed when the metal lose the electrons. According to that, the oxidation states are forming.